£6,100. That's how much money I am on this month so far. Hi guys, my name's Simon. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller in the UK, and I do these driving vlogs where I talk about my Amazon business, things I've learned, things I'm up to, and other things around business as well. So welcome to any new viewer, and welcome back to any existing viewer. So yeah, my Amazon, guys, has been going really well. You guys know I've been ramping up my Amazon business over the past 2 or 3 months, and the results are starting to come in now. I've gotten through that pain period of when you send stock in and it kind of like stagnates a little bit because of price tanking, and now some of my stock is really starting to come into its own now and starting to make me some really good money. So I just need to make sure I don't run the circus over here, and we'll carry on talking. So yeah, I'm really happy with the progress so far. So we're on the 27th of July. Are we in, what month are we in? I've lost even track. July, I think. Yeah, 27th of July, and yeah, we're on £6,100, and I'm hopeful that I should hit £7,000. You know, I'm doing about, I think yesterday I made £400 profit alone. So really nice stuff. And given that kind of, I've seen in the past few days that I've been doing 350, 380, £400 profit days, I should, in theory, with a bit of luck, hit that £7,000 mark. That is my goal. Let's hope we can hit it. But yeah, and hopefully at the end I'll be doing a sort of review, going over my expenses, things like that. What are the costs I've incurred? Because that's not all. That's, I mean, that's gross profit, guys. That's gross profit means it's grossly high, because that doesn't take into account a lot of expenses. But it should, in theory, you know, if I do 7,000 gross profit, my net should be around 5,000. Like I said, I've got a lot of stock in Amazon. I've got £200,000, just under. I think it's 190 something in Amazon. It changes every day, of course. In Amazon right now, I've got a load of stuff on the way to the prep center. I've got a load of stuff in the prep center ready to go in. Tomorrow. Today's Sunday. I'll be going on a Monday, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. So hopefully in the next few months we will be hitting those £10,000 profit months, and that's been one of my main goals. Really, is to get that seller toolkit circle to £10,000 profit for the month, and hopefully we'll get there in the next 1 or 2 months. We'll have to see. Basically, I've got some seriously nice stock in Amazon, and people, the other sellers that have dropped the prices, just falling off. So this is my strategy, by the way, and it seems to work for me. And it's not the most optimal strategy, but it seems to work well for me. You know, oftentimes the things I buy, I know other people are going to jump on them. It's an A-to-A deal. It's maybe from a more well-known website, and there's a decent amount of stock. You know, obviously if I can buy the stock out, I will, but sometimes it's just not possible. But yeah, I know that some of this stock that I buy, I'm going to have to wait 2-3 months before the price comes back. You know, let's say you're looking at an item that's £30 profit. I know that a bunch of other people are going to jump on that listing, and I'm looking at fast selling listings, to be fair, but I know people are going to jump in, and that's going to get tanked down to £10-15 profit. Now, I know before this price drop came along, you could make £30 profit. So I'm happy to sit and wait, and I'll set my repricer to say, look, I want £30 profit. So I'm going to sit and wait, and I'll let everyone else sell out first. And yes, I'll have to hold it for 2 or 3 months, and it does hurt cash flow a bit. It might be a bit painful at times, but I know my time is going to come, and all those sellers are going to drop off as they sell out too cheaply, and eventually my price will be hit. So that is my strategy. Now, we all would love to send stock in that goes in and sells immediately on Amazon. Some of my stock does that, some of it doesn't. You just never know. But yeah, we all love that, but realistically with an OA model, it's not always possible for that to happen. Depends where you're buying from, did you get all the stock, how fast is the item selling, what kind of category you're buying, all those kind of things. So yeah, that seems to be the strategy that works for me pretty well. And yeah, I've got some really good items right now that I was selling and making a really tidy profit on. So yeah, pretty nice. And actually, like I say, £30 profit is actually the profit I'm making on this product I'm got right now. And I've got 60 units of this stuff. So it's been selling quite nicely over the past 2 or 3 days. My price has just started to hit on that, and it's been really good. And what I mean by prices start to hit, you know, my price is, let's say, £250. You know, everyone else below that is now sold out, and I've been sat there at 250 waiting, and now I'm pretty much at the point where I'm the lowest. So, and even at this point, I start to then reevaluate. I'm like, well, can I push it to 260? Can Can I push it to 270? I started to look at that, and maybe I'll set with 60 stock I've got in there. Maybe I'll sell 20 at 250. Then maybe I'll put the price up £10 more. So it's just like it's trying that balance between cash flow and profit. But yeah, at the same time, you don't want to be too greedy as well. That's burned me in the past. So anyway, pretty good. I'm really happy with the results so far. Obviously, I put some work in. I've been sourcing heavily. I've got a ridiculous amount of stock at Amazon, to be fair. And again, a lot of it I'm just waiting now for my price to come in, and it's going to absolutely fly. So I've got nearly £200,000 on Amazon, so absolutely crazy. But yes, that's been going really well. I'm really happy with that progress. It's a bit chilly today, actually. I've got my aircon on, but a bit cold. But anyway, yeah, so that's been fantastic. And yeah, how did I do this? How did I get to the point where I had 200 grand in? And by the way, guys, it was squeaky bum time this month, paying my Amex and Capital on Tap off. I managed to pay my Capital on Tap off, just had enough money for that. But my Amex, I was about £8,000 short. I had to actually put more money into the business. I had put £8,000 extra in because I wasn't going to be able to pay my Amex on time. That's how many leads I am finding. That's how many deals I'm finding. And I've not even been sourcing that much. I found this is what happens, guys. If you just put in like an hour a day of sourcing and get good at sourcing, you will find a deal that comes along, like I did, from a certain website where you can buy a lot of stock and you can spend 10, 20, 30, 40 grand on that stock, and it's amazing stock, and you can start making some good money on that. So you don't even have to like buy bitty things here and there. You know, you can sometimes go very deep on products from a certain website. Again, why I made OA Hero, which I honestly cannot believe it's not been popular. So OA Hero, guys, is a Chrome extension that I made. It does a bunch of different features, but one of the main features in there is, why are we going 40 miles an hour here? One of the main features in it is the fact that you have a database of over 600 websites on there. And it basically tells you when you go onto a certain site like John Lewis or Boots or Look Fantastic on Latino or whatever website you source from, it will tell you, a lot of them we don't have information for, but a lot of them we do, and it's building up all the time. It will tell you basically how much they'll let you order without cancellations. So it means when you go to a site like Notino, for example, and you find a really good deal, you'll be able to know, well, how many can I buy before they start cancelling? And it turns out with Notino, for example, we know they'll let you order 30 units every 5 days. There we go. So very valuable information. Now, OA Hero is going up in price. It is going up to $149.99 for lifetime on the 1st of August. So you've basically got 3 days, depending on when I publish this, to get that for. It's currently right now £100 for lifetime. I need to put an announcement out in my community, actually. And by the way, if you're not in my community, link in the description to join that. So yeah, I need to really put that out. And basically, yeah, it's amazing that like not as many people have bought onto this, I guess. But yeah, the information there is super valuable. It's also got a bunch of other stuff as well to keep you out of trouble. So it's a dual purpose Chrome extension. One, it makes you more money because it lets you know how much you can push a site, before getting cancels. And two, it has a bunch of information on there and tools that basically keep you out of trouble. It'll warn you on Amazon, it'll warn you on Kogita whether a certain brand, only on those two sites right now, whether a certain brand is IP, parallel import, transparency code, all that kind of stuff. So it'll give you a warning, hard gated as well, things like that, and give you some information as well around that. So it stops you buying brands, especially from sites like Kogita where there's no returns, stops you buying brands where the road's a bit noisy here, stops you buying brands that basically will get you in trouble where you're going to get IP, for example, or you can't even sell on Amazon. So super valuable Chrome tool, £100 for lifetime, absolutely crazy. Yeah, it's going to be going up to $150 for lifetime and £100 for the year. So anyway, interesting stuff. That's a really cool Chrome extension. But yeah, we'll see anyway. So where have I been sourcing from recently? So you guys know I put a massive order in from John Lewis the other day, maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, and that's been doing really well. I have been sourcing Kogita heavily recently. So I went about 50-50 Kogita OA. I've now got myself more back to Kogita now. because I want to start loading up on perfumes, aftershaves, gift sets for Q4. Yes, guys, I'm thinking about Q4 right now. I'm finding some good deals where I can see the profit's going to be really good in December, in Q4, sorry, mainly December, of course. Q4, for those that don't know, is October, November, December. It's the best time of year for anyone who sells online, essentially, because of Christmas and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been going really well. I've been buying some amazing perfumes, aftershaves. Just spent a fortune on sending in DG goods. So yeah, I've been really sourcing heavily on Kogita. Now, if you guys aren't buying from Kogita, you are literally missing out on actual serious crazy money. I think Kogita, personally, is one of the most underrated websites out there. Now, let me just introduce, many of you know what Kogita is, you've probably fed up with me shilling it or whatever, but honestly, it's insane. And I put my money where my mouth is. I have spent a freaking fortune on that website. I just put a 10 grand order in just the other day for 3 ASINs. It was about 850 units of each. So it's about 2,600, 2,500 units. But yeah, it's like 9,800 and something. I can't remember exactly. Just under £10,000 basically. But yeah, Kogita, by the way, for those that don't know, is a wholesale marketplace. So they've got over 500 wholesalers from all over Europe on there, and you can order from them and get it delivered. You can order online. You can see the prices for all these items. They've got hundreds of thousands of items, and you can buy it, and all the shipping's included. All the import fees are included in the price. The price just is excluding VAT, so you have to add on. That gets added on at checkout. But yeah, it's amazing, and you can get £120 of your first order as well if you use the code FBA Mogul when you sign up, or if you've got an existing account, go onto your account, go to account promotions, I think it is, promo code, put in FBA Mogul, all capitals, give it a go. It might give you some credit, which is quite nice. Doesn't always work for existing accounts, but yeah, if you've got a new account, things like that does work. And obviously, if you're creating a brand new account as well, yeah, do not reuse the code, guys. You can only use the code once. Do not create multiple accounts. They will come after you. So do not do that, okay? You get a one-time deal. You get £120 off your first order, or you get £120 credit, I should say. And then, yeah, that's it, basically. Do not abuse it, because they will come after you. So they're very generous. They're giving you this good discount. But, yeah, do not abuse it, please. What was I going to say? Yeah, so the thing I love about Kogita is you can buy things in bulk. It's a wholesale marketplace, so you can buy thousands of units if you want. Now, obviously, this is a great thing about Amazon in Q4 is that people are buying things in ridiculous volumes. Or, you know, there's a lot of people buying perfumes, aftershaves, gift sets. These things absolutely fly during Q4. They go at 10 or 20 times the amount they normally sell. So a perfume that normally sells, let's say, 100 a month, will go up to 1,000, 2,000 a month. So it goes up 10, 20 times. Some of these perfume gift sets things sell 10 or 20,000 times a month. Some of these amazing little gift sets and stuff. It's absolutely insane. And you can get it on Kogita, which is absolutely mental. So if you are not using Kogita for Q4, you are literally leaving money on the table, because it's insane. Now, caveat I'm going to say here, you do need to be careful of stock levels. Normally not during Q4. So Q4 is normally okay because the sales velocities on these products are really good. Still need to be a little bit careful. But what I'm looking for when I'm buying, and this is my strategy, I'm going to tell you my full strategy with Kogita, and I've made a serious amount of money from Kogita using this strategy. I don't just buy the everyday stuff that's always available. Like there might be a Versace perfume that's always available on Kogita for $49.99, let's say. It's always generally $49.99. Now, sometimes that might become profitable on Amazon, okay? Because of stock availability, things like that. It might go up in price on Amazon and suddenly become available. But the thing is, this is always available on Kogita for that kind of price, generally. You know, so I won't buy that necessarily. Maybe I will for Q4, to be fair, but normally outside of Q4, I wouldn't be too excited about that. I'm looking at that price history. It's like, oh, this is always available for $49.99. There's a lot of stock available at $49.99. Yes, it's profitable now on Amazon, but obviously a lot of people are going to jump onto that and it's going to kill the listing. So it's going to tank the price. So I'm always a little bit cautious of those. Again, it all depends on how much stock is available on Kogita at, say $49.99, for example, and also what's the sales velocity of that product on Amazon. Now, if it's over sort of 500 or 1,000 sales per month, I'm not too worried, to be fair. But if it's a slower seller, 50, 100 times a month, then I'm a little bit more concerned. But remember, obviously Q4, that 50 sales per month Versace perfume we just mentioned goes up to 500, goes up to 1,000 sales per month. So this is where it really comes into its own. But yes, essentially, boiling it down to this, I am buying price drops. And yes, there are 500 plus wholesalers. I think it's 600 wholesalers now on Kogita. They're always jockeying for price. They sometimes make pricing errors, and they'll normally, something that normally sells for $49.99, a retailer might just whack it on there for $24.99, okay? And they might have 100 units. Well, my younger brother has a server called Kogita Price Drops. It's $59.99 a month, I think. Anyway, on there, it monitors all these price drops on Kogita and alerts you. One, you get an alert just on the Discord. It pings in and says, look, this price drop's happened here. You also get a CSV sheet, a sheet with all the price drops for the past hour, which you can then put into a tool like Arbisource. Links for all this, by the way, in the description. And basically, what I'm doing, guys, I'm buying the deals. Just like with OA, I'm buying the discounted deals. I'm buying the limited time offers. Now, one criticism I've heard of people saying with Kogita is it's a bit price tanky. And it can be like any other website where if you're just buying a regular item that's always available at a certain price, then sure, it's going to tank in price. You need to be buying the deals and discounts and the clearances. And that's what that server does. It monitors that site constantly, looking for misprices, discounted clearance things, or whatever, for whatever reason, a retailer's dropped the price down. Okay, and that's what I do. I then look and go, oh wow, this Versace is normally £50, suddenly gone to $24.99. It's hyper profitable on Amazon. There's 100 units. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll buy 100 units. Basically, I'll clear the stock. So, and do that. Now, there's still plenty of room for people to do this because I'm not even on it that often anymore. Like this month, I ran out of money like 1 week into the month. So, when I run out of money, I then can't order too much on Kogita. So, although sometimes I just can't help myself, I'll be honest, I've got a big credit card bill. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. That is the best strategy for Kogita. And like I say, these guys, there are always hundreds of price drops every single hour. There used to be more. There's a small API issue right now, which is hurting us a little bit, but that's going to be fixed. The fact that I'm a brand ambassador for Kogita certainly helps. I'm giving them feedback and stuff. But yeah, there used to be thousands of price drops every hour. Now it's down to hundreds, but there's still opportunity there. So I got a deal the other day, guys, and it was an insane deal. It was a price drop that pinged on Kogita Price Drops, and it actually was sat in stock for 20, 25 minutes before I even realized it was there. Guys, I managed to get 1,900 units, or slightly under, but we're going to say 1,900. It was like 1,858 or something like that anyway, but for my math in my head, 1,900, right? It was £7 profit per unit. So if you do the math on that, and in fact, no, it's more. I think it went down to 7, but it's now gone back up to £9 profit per unit. But yeah, basically, if you're looking, it's somewhere between 14,000 and £18,000 profit on that one ping. Insane. And it was really cheap as well. It was only about £4.50 per unit. So you don't even need to have like insane amounts of money to buy this. It wasn't like it was a Versace perfume that cost 50 quid a pop, or even £25 a pop. It was not, no, it was relatively cheap. It sells really well. It's a hot brand. And yes, it's somewhere between £7 and £9 profit. Obviously, when prices change. There is so much profit in this. It's over, it's like 100 and, God, how much profit? It's nearly 200% profit, I believe, yeah. 200% ROI. It's absolutely crazy. Now, I'm not saying these come along often, like this is where you're going to make 15 grand profit off one ping. They don't come around very often. Probably once every 3 to 6 months. I'm not going to lie, right? And I'm not certainly selling it on that, but they do come along. I always seem to pick up these deals where I'm making £500, £1,000 profit from one order. A price ping comes in. If I happen to be online, I happen to be looking, I'll buy it. There's always opportunity for people to buy loads of stock. It's not like I get it all. And yeah, I absolutely crush it when it comes on buying these stuff. And it basically, you get a lot of these deals where you can make £200, £300, £400 profit from one price drop, depends how much stock there is, things like that. Sometimes it's more like 1,000, 2,000. Sometimes you get these crazy deals where you make 15 grand profit, let's say, whatever it is, or you're going to make, it's not sold them all yet, but yeah, I'm going to make about 15 grand profit on this. So let's say as an average. So yeah, it's crazy. So you guys need to give Kogita a go, especially for Q4. Honestly, I'm going to do a whole video around this because I think it's one of the biggest opportunities for Amazon sellers in Q4. It's going to be very hard to buy perfumes in bulk unless you are buying them from somewhere like Kogita. Now, there are certain websites you can buy them in bulk, but yeah, it's on Kogita. You're not going to get all the cancellations for ordering too many, things like that. You're there to actually buy in bulk, which is really good. So yeah, you can order hundreds or even thousands of units. Absolutely insane. And you get £120 off your first order, which is really nice as well. So yeah, pretty awesome, guys. I just got an alert from a mobile speed camera. I don't know why, we're already in the speed camera zone. Okay, I don't think that's right. But yeah, anyway, cool. I spratted on about enough Kogita, but I'm just telling you what I'm doing right now anyway. Kogita sourcing, big deal for me. I'm already thinking about Q4. I see these price drops. I sometimes even see some runs that are maybe not price drop as much as I'd like, but I can see the profit in Q4 is going to be absolutely insane. So I'm using a slightly different sourcing strategy and mentality for Q4. So super exciting stuff. So guys, what else have I been working on in my business? So as my business is growing on Amazon, I've obviously been scaling up ridiculously. I've noticed a bunch of leaks coming into Amazon, into my business. So obviously, as you scale up, your returns, you get more returns, you have more reimbursements they need to claim, you've got more things going missing, not being delivered, things like that, going missing in the warehouse, all these kind of things. I'm really now seeing this stuff to add up. So one thing I'm working on quite heavily now, and if anyone out there is interested in helping collaborate on this, reach out to me. Maybe you're already very good at doing this already, or maybe you're thinking about doing it anyway, but just reach out to me if you want. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build really good systems and document the systems that I need to put in place to make sure that I can pass all these tasks on to my admin VA so that she can then chase all these down. So it's things like, how do you claim a reimbursement, for example? How do you even notice you need to claim a reimbursement? So it's the tracking from when you and I'm going to write some software around this. So I'm very animated at the moment. I'm very excited. I'm going to make some software around this, unless someone beats me to the punch, which you could easily do, which basically helps you track all your purchases from when you purchase them all the way to the end of when they get a sale. Because let's say you buy 200 units of something and you send it into Amazon. So firstly, of course, you order these 200 units. You need to make sure that obviously 200 units have been delivered. That's the first step. Every product has a life cycle, essentially, and this is essentially what we're going through here. Then, of course, those 200 units have to be prepped and sent into Amazon. Then you've got to make sure, well, did 200 units even make it to Amazon? What does Amazon say on the inbound? Are we missing items or not? Does there need to be a reimbursement made there or not for those items? Then, of course, those items go on sale. Do we actually get 200 sales? And if not, why? Has it gone lost in the warehouse, or what's gone on there? And then, of course, out of those 200 sales, there's going to be inevitable refunds. So again, that refund comes in. Did we get that unit back? Was it a returnless refund? We just got to take the L on it. Was it, and if it was returned, was it in a good state or not? Do we need to claim any money back on that reimbursement? Sometimes you get auto reimbursed. Sometimes you don't. You need to chase it. All these things, basically. And that's just inside of reimbursements, let alone all the other things that go on as well inside of Amazon. So one thing I'm really thinking about now is, as I said, as I'm scaling, as I'm putting more money into the business, and I'm really seriously considering, guys, injecting a ridiculous amount of money back into Amazon. So I've got £200,000 on Amazon right now. I am going through the process of selling one of my properties. I'm thinking, and it's very risky for me, I'm not going to lie, because obviously it's in a very stable asset right now, but pumping that money into Amazon, something I'm considering right now, because the opportunity on Amazon is so crazy and so insane, and the money to be made is so insane And I'm so bullish on Amazon FBA that I'm thinking I might take this very safe money right now and put it into Amazon. So, and why am I saying why am I saying it's safe and then into Amazon, and why is it's not safe? Well, it's not safe in Amazon, but obviously any business has risk attached to it. So, you know, it's one of those ones where I've got a very big safety net there right now without money being in property. And if I put it into Amazon, there's obviously an element of risk that comes attached to it for whatever reason. So that's just something I'm thinking about anyway. And that's how bullish I am on Amazon and how much of the opportunity I see with Amazon. I kind of set myself a goal to make, I don't know if I should say this or not. One of my goals is to make £1 million profit from Amazon. It's going to take a while to get there, but that is one of my goals. I think I look really good for social media. To be honest, I'm not actually worried about the million. Obviously, I am, of course. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's one of my kind of little goals now. I want to build this business up again. But yes, with this, you need to have good systems in place. So if you are someone who's already doing this, you've got really good documentation for some of these items, many or all or just one or two, reach out to me. I'd love it if you'd share that with me. We can collab together on this stuff. I'd love to be able to offer everyone a pack of systems, whether that's free or for sale, you know, as a little pack for people who are running their Amazon business, getting started on Amazon, to explain how to, when and how to do all these processes in Amazon. How do you know, when you get a reimbursement from Amazon and it's, you know, half the value of the cost of goods, how do you claim, you know, the extra half? How do you claim the extra money? How do you raise a case with Amazon for a lost item? How do you do all this stuff, essentially? So that's what I'm looking to do. And yeah, I'd love it if anyone you want to reach out to me, if you've got any of these systems already. And so what I want to do is like document them. How do you do it? Like go to this link, open this here, say this, blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff, essentially. So yeah, it's one of these things I'm really like, haven't gotten, you know, so obviously for those who don't know my story, been doing Amazon for very briefly, like 30-second intro thing, been doing Amazon for 3 years as of July 2022, July 6, 2022. Let's get into this lane here. I was obviously very bullish. I got into Amazon. I only wanted to make like 1,000, 2,000 a month. Amazon pulled me in. I started growing the business. Got to the point where I was making 10, 12, 14,000, sometimes more a year. You know, a month. Sorry, not a year. Then in Q4 2024, we had the big issue with YouMove. A bunch of Chinese sellers were selling fakes. Amazon clamped down on a lot of Amazon sellers. It was a scary time for a lot of people. I only had like 3 or 4 units in Amazon. I still got caught up in it. You know, I was very worried for the amount of stock I had at Amazon. Anyway, so I scaled back in sort of the first 3, 4, even 5 months, realistically, of Amazon in 2025. But now I'm really growing the business again and growing it back up. So, yeah. Anyway, that's one of those things, and with Amazon, and obviously I'm really bullish now on Amazon. I always have been, to be fair. There's no business like Amazon that you can make such serious money so quickly. And I'm just, yeah, and say one of my goals is obviously growing my Amazon business now. I'm going to be looking to get into private label a bit more, like unique bundles, things like that. Just like diversify a little bit inside of the Amazon FBA space in that regard. Obviously, you guys know that I do the YouTube. Obviously, you're on it already. I've got my community as well. And this is all free. The only thing I charge for right now is my software, which is £100 right now for lifetime. That's OA Hero. That's the only thing I charge for. Everything else is free. I don't do mentorship. I don't think I'm ever going to do mentorship. I don't think it's right for me. I think when it comes to mentorship, it's the kind of thing where I'll promote someone else and take a commission, to be fair. So they have to be very trusted and good mentors, essentially. I already have 1 or 2 people in mind for that, but I'm not really, I just love teaching you guys for free, hanging out with you guys, talking to you guys, doing the live streams, doing the videos, helping you guys for free. Now, it's not all altruistic. I make money through affiliates. That's the model I've decided to go down. It's a tricky model, but it's the model that I prefer. I am leaving so much money on the table by not doing mentorship. Honestly, guys, I could make probably £10,000 or £15,000 a month, if not more, by doing mentorship. But I've decided I'm not going to do that. It's not something I just want to do right now. I'm not saying I won't do it in the future, but right now I think I prefer the free model. So if you guys want to show me support, use my links when you sign up to software. If you want, you can buy OA Hero as well. You can come. You don't have to show your support monetarily. You can just come and join my Discord community and just come hang out and chat. I love that. That is fun. That's what, out of everything I've built, that's the thing I'm most proud of is my Discord community. 100% hands down is the best thing, honestly, I've built. And we've got just under 2,000 members in there now. It's about 1,850, might be 1,900 now. Not everyone's active in there, but there's a lot of lurkers, to be honest with you. There's a lot of people in there who just listen in the background, don't necessarily want to actually talk. But yeah, come in to the community, just show some support in there, show some love, come and chat. It's such a... And the thing I'm really proud of as well with that community, and this is obviously something I had with the intention going in, but necessarily didn't have a huge amount of control over, but the fact that it's a extremely welcoming, mature and helpful community, and that is something that I've tried to curate, and that's something that it's turned into, and that is the thing I'm most proud of, is that community. It's super helpful when new people come in. No one's gatekeeping information. We're all helping. Maybe like obviously if someone comes, I had someone come the other day, brand new person came in and said, "Yo, give me all your wholesalers. Give me a list of wholesalers, or where are you buying your stuff from wholesale?" It's like if you come in and ask for that, like the golden egg, you ain't gonna get that. No one's gonna share their sources in that regard. Only I do that. But we're all in business against each other technically. But there's enough room on Amazon for everyone. But we're not going to give you, you've still got to put some work in yourself. We're not going to give you everything. In terms of where do you buy from? Here's a fantastic wholesaler making 10 grand a month off. No one's going to share that. But pretty much everything else, we share 99.9% of the information. And yeah, it's a real fantastic place. So yeah, and I'm really proud and pleased at how it's grown so far. My goal was to get to 2,000 members by the end of the year. Looks like we should smash that. I'm going to be making some tweaks. As you guys know, my course has been being built for a year and a half. I've been writing my guide. I'm going to be making a slight change to the Discord community. The one thing I don't like about it is we get quite a few spammers in there that I have to keep on top of. I have to keep banning them. They basically come in, they'll DM people, trying to sell drop shipping BS, which is pathetic, honestly. They use the same messages over and over and over. If you get a random DM, if you're in my community, and you get a random DM from someone, and they start talking about dropshipping and stuff like that, just let me know, please, so I can ban them. Oftentimes I can see it anyway. If you get any impersonators, and there are several out there, people they've called themselves FBA mogul with 2 L's and 2 O's and 2 M's and all sorts of stuff like that. They've stolen my picture, they're impersonating me. Again, be careful if someone called FBA mogul DMs you. If they do, go and double check it on the Discord, make sure it's actually me, because I do DM people every now and then. I'm not selling anything though, I'm only just helping people. So if I DM you, or someone appears to be me DMing you, selling something like that, be very cautious, it's not me. Go into the server, click on my name, click DM, you can message me directly, I'm always open to, to answering DMs and seeing that kind of stuff, and yeah. But yeah, so one thing I'm going to be changing in the server is I think I'm going to make it not as open as it is right now. I'm going to be having, and what I want everyone to do as well is also fill this information as well. I'm going to have a website with a sign-up form essentially. And inside of that sign-up form, I'm going to be asking some information like your name and stuff like that. But like your experience in Amazon and that. And what I want to do is try and build up a profile of people. You can give as much or as little information as you want. But yeah, essentially like your Amazon experience, things like that. Are you VAT registered, blah, blah, blah. Mainly aimed at new people, but obviously existing people as well would be fantastic for as well. And that way, if you keep this thing up to date, when you DM me and you ask a question, I've got that information there that I can then use to help you. Because I'll be honest, guys, unless it's someone I talk to on the regular, and even then, oftentimes I don't remember, are you VAT registered? Are you this? Are you that? Are you even limited company or not? I don't actually remember that stuff. The amount of people that DM me, I cannot remember it all. So it's just having this little profile so that I can look back and just see, okay, this person's VAT registered, blah, and then I can give you better information based on that. So, but yes, I think I'm going to basically allow people to join the server. They won't necessarily be able to see all the members or talk unless they filled out this information, and then they can basically link their Discord. I might put some two-factor authentication on there, I'm not sure yet. And basically just a little bit of a gatekeep for people to come into the server, just to tidy up the spammers a little bit, because the spammers are, it's just, every day I have to ban 1 or 2 people. Not every day, every couple of days, 1 or 2 people. An average of 1 a day, let's say. So, they come in, they spam my DM, talk about the DM people, talk about drop shipping. It's just BS rubbish. It's pathetic, honestly. If anyone's fallen for it, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, interesting stuff anyway. But that's what I'm thinking now with the server and things like that. And hopefully my guide's going to be out soon as well, which I'm looking forward to getting that released. So guys, that is probably going to wrap it up for this sort of driving vlog. I really appreciate you guys watching. Again, if you want to sign up to any of the services or anything I've mentioned in this sort of vlog, links are all in the description. You can check those out. Again, if you can use my codes, my links, all that kind of stuff like that. If you want to check out Kogita, use code FBA Mogul, for example, all that kind of stuff. Check out OA Hero as well. That's my Chrome extension. It's £100 for lifetime. That ends end of the month. It's going up to £150 for lifetime. It's going to £100 for yearly. So yeah, check that out as well. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you think about this episode in the comments. Do you agree with what I said? Do you disagree with what I've said? What are your thoughts about the whole me growing my Amazon business? Let me know what you think. Give us a thumbs up. And thanks very much, guys. See you later.